Hello everyone. Well, at the time of making this video I've gone a little bit Hoover Turbopower mad. I've just shown you an almost mint new in the box Hoover Turbopower, the Wedgwood green model, and this one isn't almost mint, this is factory sealed. Two words that I love to read in any eBay listing, but of course when you get an older vacuum cleaner that's factory sealed, it's going to attract a lot of bids. And this Hoover Turbopower Plus Total System model U2872 did attract a lot of bids. In fact, it went for £700. But as I predicted, the winning bidder didn't pay £700 for this, which is a silly amount of money. I stopped bidding. Well, I didn't even bid on this cleaner. When I saw the way the bids were going, I thought, no, it's not worth that sort of money. And no, it wasn't worth £700. And the winning bidder decided it wasn't worth. They probably couldn't afford it. They weren't ever going to pay £700. Anyway, it got relisted, didn't it? And I fortunately won it for much less than £700. Still a considerable amount of money, nowhere near 700 though. So it was well protected. It was wrapped in lots of bubble wrap and shrink wrap, but that doesn't guarantee that the cleaner has survived the trip. So this is definitely factory sealed. Now this is, as far as I can gather, is an exclusive model. I've never seen this colour in any of the Hoover brochures, which means it's probably exclusive. Nobody seemed to know where this came from, but there is a little yellow label on the box that says Currys Liverpool. So it seems that this Turbopower was a Currys exclusive. Right. Now there isn't quite so much polystyrene packaging as they used to use. The polystyrene packaging doesn't go the whole way up the box, so it's probably packed in polystyrene at the cleaner head and it's been protected at the top end here. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that it has survived the trip. It's the wheels that normally get damaged. But it is, as I thought, because I have seen a picture, it's in an aubergine. This is what we would call aubergine. I don't know the official colour. So here's the handle. This is a basic model. They've done away with a few bells and whistles. We do have a Hoover roundel, but it's embossed. It's not a separate little roundel that's stuck on. But I don't think the original Turbopowers had a roundel, did they? No, they didn't. And here, where we would have a switch, there is a blanking piece, because the switch is on the top of the bag door. Right, oh crikey. Fingers crossed. At least it's the correct way up. Oh, there's no polystyrene on the bottom, just cardboard. So far so good. I've got the 3 small cleaning tools, some paperwork which I'll have a look at in a minute, and a little sticker which I'll just have to tip out. There it is. It's come off. It's just a little sticker that would have been stuck to the machine that tells you how to use the tools, because this is a total system, which means it's got the hose and the tools built in. And it is, I must say, it is a nice colour. It is a aubergine. Right, that wheel's okay, and the other one is few. Oh, that's very stiff. Very stiff indeed. Well, that's quite surprising, because the tool caddy on the back is the same colour. I thought they might have just put a black one or a grey one on, but no, it does match the cleaner. And we've got the mains cable. So yeah, if you know anything more about this cleaner, please comment below. When it was launched, I would say it's a 90s vacuum. And I showed you a red version of this, which is basically, well, this is not quite the same because it has something the red version doesn't have, which I'll show you in a minute. Right, let's take off the elastic band. I have to pass it through the cable. Quite short cable on these. So there's been many different variants of Turbopowers, you know, lots, and there were quite a few exclusive versions. There was Littlewood's exclusive, I think there was an Index exclusive, there was Argos exclusive, Electricity Board exclusive models, and of course Curry's exclusive. It is a little bit sort of, it's going to need a polish. It's just wear from, it would have been like this. If I'd opened this when I bought it, brand new, whenever, it still would have had odd marks on, but I can give a bit of a polish and they'll come off, I'm sure. So let's open the bag door. I'm still checking for any damage. And it's fitted with the regular bag. I'm going to demonstrate this. I'm going to pop in one of the H18 fleece bags, but this is the genuine H4 reusable bag with a slide clip. So it can be reused up to 3 times just by removing the slide, opening the folds, and of course over a bin you could open up the bottom of the bag and shake out the contents. It's twin skinned. The very first Turbopower bags, because I remember them, were a single skinned bag, just one paper layer like that, but Hoover soon after introduced this extra layer of filtration, which did improve things somewhat. They still allowed dirt to pass through, fine dust, which is why on these older cleaners I like to use the fleece H18 version bags, which are a little bit large, but they do fit quite snugly, so I will be getting one of those. I won't be using the original bag. So yes, there's nothing really exciting in there. We've got obviously here is a blanking piece where there would have been the air freshener. Now the red version I've got also did away with a bag full indicator, but as you can see we do actually have a bag full indicator on this exclusive model, and the rocker switch is on the top of the bag door. Again, another way of reducing production costs because they don't need to have the plug and socket that connected up the main switch on the regular Turbopowers anymore. We've still got the same 2 screws, one screw on the handle there and there's a screw at the back, so I'll just need to fit the handle in a minute. We've got the onboard hose, very narrow diameter and certainly not a stair cleaning hose, and this squared off end is what pushes into the bottom of the machine, so we just need to clip it into place. There we go, that's clipped in, and then we can store the hose. And in the middle, very poorly finished off here, in the middle we've got the single extension wand, and at the back we've got place for the 3 small cleaning tools which are in this bag here. Quite a small crevice tool there which fits here. Dusting brush with quite stiff brushes really, and I think, I'm not sure, I'll just have to see where the furniture nozzle fits. I can't remember if that goes there or there. I think it goes there. Very tight fit, these. And no matter what you do, it always, because it's such a tight fit, it always gets slightly damaged. I might put it around that way actually. There. I've probably scratched it, but I'm going to use this cleaner, you know. There's no point in having a collection. That's what I've discovered anyway. I've decided. All the vacuum cleaners that I'm deciding to keep in my collection, I'm going to actually use them, including the ones I said, oh, I'm not going to use this. What is the point of having something, keeping it in its box and never having the pleasure of using it? That is very stiff to go in though. That is the trouble. I want to put it in. I can feel it getting damaged. But there it is. It's in now. It's done. There we are. That's it. So that's the 3 small tools on board. You've got your top hook here that turns down. And, right. Yep. So still cheapened because we've just got the blanking piece at the bottom. There's no lower cord hook, which is a shame. Would have been nice to have that. It's funny how they've included the bag check indicator. So, without any further ado, and yeah, I might have to open it up, because that is very, I mean, it stands up like that. It shouldn't really, it's quite stiff. But anyway, we're going to have a look at the underside, of course, see what sort of agitator it's got. I might have to open it up because it is, yeah, it's a little bit stiff. What I'm going to do first though, I'll just attach the handle. Just need to undo, if I can do it by hand. I can't, I'll just have to get my screwdriver and I'll pop the handle in position, and then we'll have a look at the base of this cleaner. Here's the rating plate. So it's the Hoover model U2872, 230-240 volts, 50 hertz, 530 to 575 watts, and the serial number is U2872 510000198, and it says made in EC. I must say it's a very smart colour, this aubergine. Here's the cleaner head with the familiar 5, I was going to say 4 position height control, but this has the 5th position for using the cleaning tool. So we need to sort of tilt it forward or back, and then you can move the height control to the tools section, which raises the cleaner head so the brushes aren't brushing the carpet, and of course then the suction is diverted through the hose at the side. And then you've got your regular sort of shag pile carpeting, medium, low and short pile. Here's the underside of the cleaner, showing Hoover's activator brush roll in a different colour scheme. All sorts of different colours these seem to be made in. This is a sort of a teal colour. The brushes don't seem quite as stiff as they did on my Wedgwood Green Turbopower, and I'm not sure if the belt will need replacing. It's obviously been in storage a long time, so the belt may have slackened, so I might have to fit a new one. Very long edge cleaning brushes, as you can see, on both sides. So it's just a familiar base of a Hoover Turbopower, really. Not a lot of difference here. Before I switch on the Turbopower and see how well it grooms my plush pile carpet, we'll have a look at the paperwork. So we've got guarantee registration envelope. I think that's if you want to extend your guarantee and get Hoover cover. We can see here, so this dates definitely, this is an, I would say this is a 90s vacuum cleaner, maybe late, very late 80s, 89, but I think it's probably 90s, because we've got a Hoover Turbopower 2 showing on this and a Hoover New Wave washing machine. So this is just telling you about Hoover cover if you want to extend your guarantee. So to extend it, how much is it? We've got a questionnaire to fill in. And I can't see the prices. You'd think it'd be on here. Should be able to date it a bit better. It's telling you to send a check or postal order. 1995. Oh, it is quite late then. It says here the premium shown for the period of cover apply until the 31st of December 95. So this could be 94, 95. Certainly not after 95. And I'm just can't see where it says. Oh, here it is. Look, I can see it now. For a vacuum cleaner or polisher to extend the guarantee, it's £24.50, and that only gives you 1 extra year of cover. For an automatic washing machine, £56, tumble dryer 44, dishwasher 49, and an automatic washer dryer £62. Obviously costs more because they tended to be a little bit less reliable than the washing machines. And I've seen this little leaflet before. Again, it's got a Turbopower 2 on it, giving us prices. It forms an envelope so you can send it off to Hoover Spares in Bolton. And there you go. My watch is pinging me. What's it saying? Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know I could get emails off my watch. So it's telling you to insist on Hoover, genuine Hoover spares, and you've got a form here to buy replacements. So for the Turbopower, 10 H4 bags and 1 air freshener is £7.75, but of course this doesn't have a slot to fit the air freshener in. Then this user manual covers U2798, U2866 and U2872. So basically, look, it's just showing you fit the handle, which I've done. Telling you about a plug if you need to put a different plug on. This does have the fitted plug, obviously, from this time. Telling you how to straighten a carpet fringe. That's quite interesting because I've looked at a very old instruction book from a Hoover from the 30s, and it shows you how to straighten a carpet fringe in exactly the same way. And then it's a little bit of a section on the cleaning tools. Quite a comprehensive little instruction book here, telling you how to look for blockages, emptying the bag, replacing the belt and brush roll assembly. All that is shown how to do that. A bit of detail about your guarantee, and Hoover service stations. Okay, right, we've waited long enough. Let's plug this cleaner in and give it a go. Well, I thought it would be good at grooming my plush pile carpet because it's a Hoover Turbopower, and yes, it was, but pretty hard to push, I must say, on the medium setting. The suction is pretty good on these. Well, it is at the cleaner head. I'm not so sure how well the suction is though at the end of the hose, but now I've got my suction gauge, I can see what the suction power is going to be like. Little bits keep falling off the machine. It's just plastic burrs that they haven't quite finished off properly. It's probably a Friday afternoon model, this. So I'm going to tilt the machine forward and switch it to tool mode. So as you can see, it's raised up off the floor, so it shouldn't be grooming the carpet. Let's see how powerful. It's probably going to sound even noisier though. So again, headphone users, please be warned. Well, it does hold up on my hand. It does manage to stay on my hand briefly. So if I reach into my drawer behind me, I can find my vacuum gauge. And I think the most powerful vacuum I've measured was about 120 on this gauge, and that was a little bagless Electrolux. So if this reaches 40, I think we're doing quite well. We'll soon find out. So I just need to put the hose end into this hole, hold it securely, switch on, and we'll see where the gauge goes. Well, pretty poor tool suction. I think it peaked at about 22, which obviously isn't great. But then the Turbopowers were never very great for tool suction. I think personally the best suction for a tools attached Hoover upright available in the UK would have been probably the Turbopower 1000. But for what we need it for basically for doing your nooks and crannies with the crevice tool, putting your dusting brush on, doing your upholstery, doing your stairs, it's adequate. Not very convenient taking one of these out to the car, but plenty of people did vacuum their cars with a tools attached upright, or even an upright that you had to fit the tools onto the bottom, which is how the non-tools attached Turbopowers would have worked. They had a pan converter that fitted over the base of the nozzle. So they were even worse, but I think, as memory serves me correctly, they had slightly more suction power when connected that way. Could be wrong. One day I'll get out my other Turbopowers and maybe have a comparison of the tools. This is a nice nozzle though, I will give it that. A bit hard to, oh there it goes. It is shaped, so it's quite a late one because it's shaped inside there. This would fit the scabbard extension wand you got with certain models, but obviously this just comes with the regular single wand. It does fit in. It is very nice. Well, this is the first bit of dirt, in inverted commas, that I've put down on my new carpet. This carpet was only laid a few days ago, but I've only put some sort of clean dirt just to give you a bit of a demo with this old cleaner. So I've just got some lentils, rice, some purple coloured sand with a little bit of glitter in it, and some rolled oats. So let's give it a go through the middle of this mess. Look at that, folks. An almost clean sweep. A few little bits left. Oh, I can see some glitter now as well. I'll have to be careful because this is a much deeper pile. I have to make sure I get all the dirt removed by going over a few times. It's got the surface, but yes, now moving the pile, it is revealing some smaller particles. But obviously I'm just doing this for a bit of fun because I like to see this on videos. I don't know about you, but it's nothing more satisfying for me, putting loads of dirt down and then running a vacuum over and seeing, in most cases, a nice clean swept path. Certainly in the case of this Hoover Turbopower. I just need to go over it once more, forward and back, and I'll probably get the rest of that, but I need to remove the rest of this dirt first. idiot. Well, there you go. That's the end of this video on this Hoover Turbopower total system. Certainly not as nice to use as my Wedgwood Green Turbopower, and unfortunately because there's no 2-speed motor I can't reduce the suction to make it easier to push. It certainly is a bit of a workout using this machine even on the high setting. It's got quite a lot of airflow, so on this plush pile carpeting it is quite difficult to maneuver. I'm still very pleased to have one of these. Probably it is from the mid-90s and no earlier than that, and certainly better than the very last Turbopower total systems that were sold as a budget priced cleaner. At least this has the bag check indicator. Shame it doesn't have the lower cord hook, but hey ho, it's still better. But by now we can see the Turbopowers are starting to come to the end of their run, and of course the Turbopower 2 was launched, which was, in my opinion, a better machine, and probably, again in my opinion, one of the last decent Hoover uprights, the Turbopower 2 and Turbopower 1000. If you've any comments or questions about this vacuum cleaner, please comment below, and I'll see you all very soon for the next video. Bye for now.